I did a video talking about the 40th anniversary of the space shuttle explosion and how people of my generation were watching, a lot of people from my generation were watching that unfold live on TV in their classrooms because there was a teacher on board, and it was a big deal to the teaching community, and so a lot of kids got to see that live in school, and then that led to a broader conversation of people of my age talking about some of the earliest memories that they have of major events in the world. You know, we all go through major events, and you go, you know, where were you on 9/11? And you talk about where you were and what you were doing, and your memory of that, or when Kennedy was shot, or when the moon landing happened, or when you heard about COVID, or whatever the case may be, right? And so you look at those major events, and this person here left the following comment. I have memories of my mom playing Elvis records after his death. I clearly remember Mount St. Helens. We got ash from it in Montreal. I was running upstairs in a high school when a friend told me. I think they went on to say about the Challenger explosion. Yeah, Mount St. Helens is another one I remember, obviously, from my youth. The explosion of Mount St. Helens and the tremendous news story that made. We talked about the Tylenol cyanide scare and how that changed the way that packaging for medications was done forever and ever. Amen. We talked about the Challenger explosion. We talked about the assassination attempt of Ronald Reagan, the shooting of John Lennon. These are all major events that when we were young, we were kids, we remember. The one that I wanted to touch on, though, that you specifically mentioned, excuse me, I got one of those little naughty spots right there in the middle of my, oh, crikey. Oh, that's the spot. Sorry. The one I wanted to talk about specifically that you brought up is Elvis. My mother was an Elvis freak. There were two celebrity men that my mother crushed hard over: Kenny Rogers and Elvis Presley. Right? Kenny, but Elvis was like the thing, Elvis was her guy. We had a big Elvis decanter, and we had Elvis commemorative plates and some shit like that in the hutch. It was almost a borderline weird obsession. But yeah, the passing of Elvis Presley, I remember my mother weeping in the house. Now, that's one of the few things that my mother did do well and did do properly when I was a child. She didn't do many things in the world of parenting, right? But when I was a child, there was a lot of music being played. My mom was 17 when she had me. So, I mean, she was still very much into music and young music and whatnot, what have you. And I grew up in a household where music was constantly being played. There was Elvis Presley, there was Kenny Rogers, there was Styx, there was Journey, there were the Beatles. All of that was being played in the background, but I had a heavy dosage of Elvis Presley as a child. And when he passed, my mom sobbed, wept, played his records, the whole 9 yards. That is one of the first memories I have of a child where it's not just me remembering the event, the news of the event, but remembering what a devastating impact it had on my house directly. Because like when they tried to shoot Reagan, the parents talked about it. When the Tylenol scare happened, the parents talked about it. And when the Challenger explosion happened, the parents talked about it. But when Elvis died, the parents wept about it. They cried about it. They mourned. And it was like, wow, why are you didn't know him. He didn't even know you existed. And you don't realize these things until you get older. But yeah, that was the first memory I had as a child of something of that nature actually having a very heavy and deep impact on my home.